his queen spawns those extra larvae. So here I am starting to shit in my pants because I realized that 1, my attack failed. 2, he has an expansion and his original base. 3, I have map control, but he has really fast Zerglings, which doesn't matter. And 4, my micro sucks because I just let him kill another one of my zealots, which was standing by himself. So this is going to be a really important battle here, because if he manages to take out my forces here, he's going to have map control, which is the only thing that I have right now. I don't have tech or anything. I realize that zealots by themselves aren't going to win this game for me. Now, this guy is starting to move his sunken colonies. They're called spine crawlers now. He can actually uproot them and move them anywhere he wants. Well, he needs to root them back into creep, so not really anywhere he wants. So I'm going to block his secondary choke right here. Now he knows that I'm doing that, so he's going to put his spine crawler right there to get me out of my position, so I can't block this choke. With a blocked choke, you know, I mean, Zerglings can't really do anything, so he's going to unblock the choke so he can do more with his Zerglings, get the surround if he needs to, use that Zergling speed, which is important. Now I wanted to mention the yeah, right now he's trying to lure my zealots back into his spine crawler, because I don't know if he's noticed, but my actions per minute is terrible. So the more he forces me to micro my units, the less I can do in my base. The slower I'll be teching, the slower I'll be expanding my macro and expand. So periodically when he has time, he's going to try to screw me up. So here is the second path. There's rocks here, and it goes down here past another expansion to another set of rocks. So you need to destroy 2 sets of rocks to open up the second path. This is the primary path here, if you look on the mini-map, and this is the secondary path on the bottom. And there is no watchtower to watch the secondary path on the bottom. So what I've done now is I'm starting to tech. I realize I need tech. The only thing I can do is try to get Colossus, but that's tier 3, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with a tier 2 starport. I think I showed the Colossus in a different video, so decided to go with the starport this time. I've got my starport, as you can see, and I'm starting to warp in these void rays, which are good against targets that take a lot of focusing. The longer a void ray can focus on a target, the more damage it will do with its beam. You see what he did there? He kind of successfully lured my zealots in and got off a few shots, even killed one with his Zerglings. And he's whittling my force down as I replenish it. But the longer I keep him in his base, the longer it is that he has no idea what I'm doing, because he can't get any overlords in, because he's scared of losing them or whatever. Right now, what he's spending his money on mostly is teching, because you can see his spire here, you can see his baneling nest there. He's teching, and he's holding this expansion. In the long run, he's gonna win. In a really long game, he's gonna win, and I'm gonna lose because I will have half the money. But I've got my void ray out. I'm focusing his hatchery, and look at how this beam gets bigger and bigger. And this building is just dying to this one void ray. Void rays cost 250, 150, which is less than a carrier, more than a phoenix. It's about the price of the old scout. So he's just canceled he's uprooted all his crap, and I'm gonna use this air to my advantage, because all he has right now are Zerglings. As you can see, he's making 3 Mutalisks to... I don't know he has air, so he's making 3 Mutalisks to try to counter. There are no Scourge anymore. If there were, I'd be in trouble. But there are no more Scourge. He's cleverly placed his Sunkens right on the side of this cliff right there, so that if I attack with my Void Ray, his Mutas will be able to counter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold position with my Stalkers, and shoot his Mutalisks when they come in to try to take out my Void Ray, which has a decent amount of HP. Now I'm taking out all his sunken colonies, and now his last Muta's down too. I don't know why he moved his Overlord there. He probably screwed up his micro there. Now he's pulling back, and he's morphing these Banelings, which are basically like infested Terrans, except you don't need to infest a command center to get them. And they don't do as much damage, but they're definitely way smarter than they used to be. They're way smarter. They don't blow each other up, and when they do blow up, they'll do AOE damage to all enemies around them. And they won't blow each other. They won't blow up unnecessarily like they used to. Now I see them now, so I'm going to try to spread my forces out and try to take as little damage as possible. And I think I only lost 2 zealots there, which is really nice. And that means he's in trouble, because his Mutalisk tech has failed to defeat my air, and his base. To defeat my army, he needed to micro better, he needed a better strategy, but I put a lot of pressure on him, so now it's pretty much GG. He's producing 2 more mutas and 4 more Zerglings. He GG's, and he's out of the game. And that's 3 points for me. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this latest shoutcast.